Thanks, Lindsey. All right, this is that worldwide computer outage. There's travel chaos, including here in Canada. With an update for us this morning is Carmi Levy. He's our tech analyst. Carmi, first of all, what is the impact here in Canada? And I should point out, early this morning, I mean, we meet around 4:30 in the morning to set up this show, and there was already problems in Australia, and then we just watched it come across the globe. What's happening in the country right now?
So, I mean, the good news is that it's not that the worst is over, but we are seeing sort of that steep curve start to flatten out. So a lot of the services, the companies that were reporting outages or slowdowns in their services, they're starting to see them, if not return completely to normal, it's not getting worse. The tide is starting to turn. So our banks, TD, which had reported payment issues, they're starting to turn for the better. RBC, same thing. The Interact Payment Network also starting to turn in the right direction. Microsoft Office 365, that's moving positively as well. We're starting to hear some reports from airports that also some systems are starting to slowly come back online. But again, I'm not going to hold my breath on that one because this is going to still take hours to resolve. And there's still all of that work that was backlogged during this outage that's still going to have to be handled afterward. That's going to have to be very carefully managed so that they don't cause another crash as systems come back online.
Oh, that is a really good point, Carmi. And as you say that, you know, we're showing everybody a live shot of the airport in Rome this morning. I'm looking at this poor family on their phones, and they're probably just trying to follow updates. You said the word slowly, but what does that actually mean? Is it hours? Is it days? And what has to happen for things to change? Is it company by company?
Yeah, I mean, each company is going to be bringing their own services back up and working with Microsoft to make sure that the updates get applied to their servers, their web environment, their data centers as quickly as possible. So, you know, I would imagine that this is an all hands on deck situation for the IT teams at each of these companies. We do know that Microsoft obviously is managing this globally, but they can't sort of hold the hands of all of their clients. It's really up to the Visas, the Interacts, the Rogerses, the Bells of the world to make sure that their systems are back up and running. But of course, it is going to take hours to get to that point, and unfortunately, it's probably days afterward to sort of handle all of those transactions that aren't happening now because of this outage. So it will take a significant amount of time. In some cases, I would say, because this is a Friday also, likely well into next week.
Into next week. You know, Carmi, when I think about it, all it took to trigger this outage and this chaos that we're seeing across the planet. I mean, people have, you know, things like in the UK, people couldn't get their Man U seasons tickets because their site had crashed. You know, they're dealing with issues in hospital this morning, lots of delays. All it took was this faulty Microsoft update that was issued by CrowdStrike, the security firm. How likely are we to see changes in how updates like this are rolled out? If one faulty update can do this, I mean, that's worrying for companies, I have to imagine.
It very much is. It's almost like the Achilles heel of technology, and I would expect that we are going to see very detailed reports of what happened here, what went wrong, what signs were missed, you know, why that software update went out in the first place, why it wasn't caught, why the fail-safes didn't kick in after it was out there in the wild, and sort of why it cascaded to the point that it did into a global outage. And this is a good thing. It makes us appreciate, just, you know, how miraculous this technology is and how many pieces work together in harmony. And also what happens when they don't. But also, I think it forces organizations, it forces government agencies, the companies that we rely on, to pay more attention to this kind of thing, to put more resources into their IT infrastructure, their update planning, their backups, their business continuity, disaster recovery, so that this doesn't happen again. No technology will ever be perfect, but you can certainly improve the state of the art by learning from cases like this. And that's going to happen here, much like it's happened in past outages where we have better technology now because we endured the pain previously.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep with what you said, Carmi, which is we could see the after effects of this all the way into next week. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Anne-Marie. Thanks so much.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.